Hi everybody, welcome back to Charmed Intuition Tarot. So for today's video, we're going to find out if the person you're thinking of still thinks about you. Okay, so if you're wondering if you ever cross their mind or if they ever think about contacting you, this is the video for you. So we've got 3 piles. We've got 1, 2, and 3. We've got your charms here and an extra deck in case we need more information. Okay, so take your time, pause the video if you need to, and we'll get started with number 1. Okay, group 1, let's find out what you have. So you have the 4 of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, Compassion, Challenge, Healing Family Issues, Stay optimistic about your love life, Chop Wood, and TikTok. Okay, so group 1, does your person still think about you? Let's find out here. So right away, I noticed that we have 2 knights here. And we have sort of 2 opposite knights actually, because the Knight of Wands is very enthusiastic and sort of restless and just sort of charges forth. And the Knight of Pentacles is a little bit more hesitant. The Knight of Pentacles is more of a cautious, more of a stable energy, a little bit more practical, not so much with the Knight of Wands. So these 2 sort of give us a clue that perhaps this person's very conflicted. So I feel like perhaps sometimes they think that they want to contact you and they want to send you a message or just reach out. And other times they sort of pull back and maybe are a little bit more hesitant. The 4 of Pentacles tells me this too, because this is about being somewhat cautious, and I feel like perhaps they might be a little bit possessive too. So perhaps when they're not with you, they sort of get jealous when you're with somebody else, is the feeling that I'm getting. So they might get quite, I don't know, frustrated when they see you with somebody else. So that's the feeling I'm getting here. TikTok. So the TikTok card makes me think of the fact that they're waiting. They're waiting for something. So I feel like they might be waiting for the perfect time to maybe get in touch with you, or they might be feeling like it's too late or they're running out of time on contacting you for some reason. But I do think with this 10 of Pentacles that this person does think about you, but more so in like a fantasy sense. Like I feel like every time they think about perhaps reaching out to you, they think, okay, maybe I better not for some reason. And I think it's possibly because they're putting some sort of work into themselves, because we've got this chop wood card. This is about work. This is about, I often think about making decisions, but sometimes it's just about putting in the work. So with the Healing Family Issues card, I think this person's doing a lot of healing of some kind. So that's why time is a factor here. They're in the process of healing. Now, whether or not that's healing something to do with the 2 of you, or they're healing personal issues to do with their family, that's part of the issue here. But I do think that they imagine a life with you. So it's more so in a sense that they fantasize about what life would have been like with you if you guys had stayed together, or if things had gone another way. Because this card is sort of all about family and commitment, like prosperity, and it's about being financially stable too. And there is a lot of pentacles here. So we've got the 4 of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and the 10 of Pentacles. So to this person, financial security might be very important, and that might be part of what the issue was with this person. But yeah, I think this person's feeling more optimistic now though, either about contacting you or just about moving on with their love life. It's going to depend on who's watching, but it says, positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So this person is focusing on trying to be more optimistic despite the challenges. So this person is experiencing some sort of challenge or healing with this compassion too, because the compassion card to me is about taking time alone for self-care and just really trying to be compassionate to others, but also to yourself. So I think this person is doing a lot of healing, a lot of deep thinking. So that's probably what's taking time here. And they're, I think, concerned that if they don't make a move, that time will run out and perhaps you might end up being with somebody else, I think is sort of what they might be concerned about. I'm going to pull a few of these mermaid cards here. Ooh. Breathe. Yeah, I think they're just taking a breather. They're taking a little bit of a break to focus on this healing and to focus on whatever it is that they're trying to clean up with this chop wood card. Whatever they're trying to take care of, whatever they're trying, this is all about work. So they have something they really need to work out. And that could be why there's distance between you. That could be why there's no communication. But they're working hard and they're taking a little bit of a break here. Choose wisely. So they do have some decisions to make, and the chop wood card sometimes talks to me about making a decision. So I think that sort of explains this Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Wands energy, because I think there's such conflicting energies that I feel like they really would like to reach out to you, and they're worried about the time factor. They're worried that you're going to move on, but they're hesitant for some reason. I think it has to do with whatever this work, whatever this healing is that they're doing. They're trying to also be a little bit more compassionate. So perhaps the relationship or like the conversations between you two were very one-sided, and perhaps they're feeling a little bit more compassionate, and maybe they've done a lot of maturing during this healing too. Explore. So it seems to me that they are... Okay, so this says maps show what has already been discovered. Go another way. So I think that might be part of the hesitation. Maybe they feel like if they contact you again, whatever these challenges were will happen again. So they're starting to explore other options, but I definitely do think they still think about you. They still imagine what life would have been like had you guys, gone forward with the relationship. Change. There are some changes, some massive changes happening, and a lot of decision making with this person. But I think they're feeling more optimistic, and they're just sort of waiting for time to pass to see how things play out. But I don't think that they're going to, because of this Knight of Pentacles and all these cards about challenge and healing, I think every time that they want to reach out to you, they might talk themselves out of it, or something stands in the way. For some reason, they just don't feel comfortable reaching out at this point. But I do think they still think about you, almost in a sense of what would have been. Okay, I'm just going to take a sip of my tea here. Okay, so group 1. So we have a Libra charm, and we have the time charm, and that really fits in with the TikTok card. So it is a matter of time here with this person, whether or not they're going to contact you or reach out. So time is a factor here. Then we've got this charm, and this is talks to me about them wanting to say something, but not letting themselves say it. This moon charm is about secrets, very similar to the moon card, but I oftentimes think about secrets and like the other side of things. So I feel like they have more to say to you. So this card charm makes me think that they are going in some sort of direction. They're doing some exploring. And I feel like they're more in control of the situation now. Perhaps before they felt sort of out of control, and that could be what this healing is for. So they're feeling more in control of whatever the situation is in their life. The Four of Swords, so they've taken a rest. They've taken a bit of a breather with that breathe card, with that, what was that card? Breathe card, yeah. So they've taken a bit of a breather. They've taken a rest with this Four of Swords and this breathe card. So they really have taken some time out to do this healing. And the Explore card with the Seven of Cups makes sense too, because I think they're exploring their options at this time, but they do get a little bit concerned that maybe their chance with you has ran out. We have a P here. We have two threads, and this is about, to me, creating something or, yeah, manifesting something is sort of the feeling I'm getting here. So I think that they are trying to manifest this life, and it could go two ways. Because we have the two threads here, I think they're definitely at some sort of decision point with the decision card too. So they're trying to decide which direction to take with the choose wisely card. They're trying to figure out whether or not they should contact you or they should just move forward in another direction. But you do cross their mind. So the main answer is yes, but whether or not they're going to reach out, they're still very conflicted. Okay, let you guys look at these charms. I feel like you cross their mind very unexpectedly with this little lightning bolt. I think sometimes they'll just be going about their business, relaxing, and then you'll sort of pop into their head. So it's a very like sudden thing when they think about you. This feels all very unfinished with the two of you. It feels like there still needs to be so much more said, but there's time. There's a reason why there's a separation. There's a reason why you guys can't talk right now. And the elephant, you think of like elephants never forget, right? So I think of the fact that maybe they just can't get you out of their head and you do pop in quite frequently. With the key attached to this little heart here, I think that there still is a great deal of attachment there between you two. They haven't quite been able to move on, even though I think they almost want to. They almost want to, because I feel like this situation was quite complicated just because of the challenge card and the healing family issues card. I feel like there was a lot of dynamics here that made this very complicated. So they almost want to move forward and either with you or with somebody else, but they really want to move forward with their lives, but they do feel sort of tied to you in a way. And I think for a lot of you, they are optimistic that things could work out with you, but that time card and then the time charm really sticks out to me. Like time is making them anxious. And again, for everyone's situation, it might be a little bit different, but time is definitely a factor here. But I think you're on their mind. Old-fashioned romance. So I think this person might be very romantic. Sort of like a hopeless romantic type. I do believe they have some more to say to you. They have some things that they really want to, they might be trying to get your attention subtly too. So there might be ways that they're trying to get your attention, maybe via social media or something like that, but they are trying to sort of get your attention in a way. But they are doing a lot of work. They're doing a lot of personal work and healing, like I said. So when I see this boot, I think of work. There could be another person in the equation. Maybe that's why they can't make a move right now. Maybe that's, part to do with the choose wisely or the time card. Perhaps they're with somebody else. And that could be the factor here. Maybe that's what's this decision is all about, like these two directions that they can take. So group 1, yes, this person does think about you. They do sort of fantasize about what life would be like with you, but they seem to be quite hesitant. They're going through some challenges and some healing, but they are optimistic. And yeah, they're just doing quite a bit of healing. And I think at some point they could decide to reach out because I do believe they have more to say. But they are in a great deal of, they're in a phase of transformation right now, for sure. Yeah, and they're doing a lot of breathing. They're just, this space right now between the two of you is probably a good thing to allow this healing to take place. Okay, group 1, if that resonated, please let me know down below in the comments. I love to read them. And thank you so much. We'll see you later this week for another pick a card. Bye. Okay, group 2, if you chose the little frogs, this message is for you. Let's see what you have. So you have the 4 of Cups, the 9 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. You also have the Visualization card, the Pleasure card, so that's a good sign. Give your relationship a chance, Flirt, Clean it up, and Imagine. All right. Group 1, let's pull your charms right away and then we can make some connections if we need to. Okay, so just to look at the charms here, we have an S, a Q, a Y, and an L. Message in a bottle here. A lot of attachment. Okay, so group 2. Does your person still think of you? Now I have to go ahead right away and say yes, they do. Just based on the pleasure card and flirt and imagine and give your relationship a chance alone, as well as the message in a bottle over there and the attachment symbols with the paperclip, I do think that they definitely still think about you. And for this person, I think they're very dissatisfied in their current situation. So that's going to vary for a lot of you, but this person, whether it's distance or whatever situation they're in, they're quite dissatisfied or bored. So they do think about you quite a bit. And this person also might be sort of a little bit, with this Nine of Swords, they might be sort of anxious about things. So they're a bit emotionally detached, perhaps. Maybe they're a little bit fearful. There's that sense of isolation here. So I think like they do think about you, but something went wrong here. There's a point where they're grieving over something. Now that could be you or just the way things went with you. They feel quite worried about it. And they're dissatisfied with where they are currently. And they're really sort of dwelling on the past with you. And the Seven of Pentacles too, actually, that's very much about assessing the past, assessing what, like, the work you put in. So this person, there's a sense of frustration here. So this person might be looking back at how everything went. So there's almost like an appraisal card, right? So this person's sort of reminiscing now about how things went. And I feel like they wish they could just restart with you, because they do think about the past quite a bit. They almost dwell on it with you. And the Queen of Swords is interesting because I feel like they see you, to me in this reading, this is representing you. And I feel like they see you as very intelligent, very independent. I think the both of you had very similar ideals and values, or maybe you didn't, and that was the problem. Like, that could have been the issue. But there's definitely a sense here of frustration, wanting to communicate with you. You may be moving on with your life. Okay, pleasure. So I'll let that sort of be self-explanatory, but this could be something that they think about quite a bit. It's just that aspect. And visualization, same kind of thing. So they do visualize life with you. They visualize what went wrong. They visualize how things could have gone. Give your relationship a chance. I think they really want to give it another chance with you. So they really want to work on this with you. And then the flirt card, they almost want to start from scratch and be really flirty with you. Maybe start talking again. Because they've been doing, this is very similar to group 1 actually. A lot of parallels here, a few differences, but the sort of general feeling is very similar. And the clean it up card, I feel like they're just trying to clear out the past. It's a sense of wanting to start fresh. So I feel like they want to contact you. They have a lot to say and they just want to start fresh with you and give it another try. Then this imagine card. So they do imagine life with you. They imagine what, like, I think they probably fantasize about seeing you again and what that would be like. They've done a lot of work for sure. I think with group 1, the difference is this person's still doing work. This person, I think at this point, has done the work and they are now sort of ready to give things a try again. I think that's the major difference here. They really want to give it another chance with you and get that communication going again, that flirty communication. Let's just look at your, actually, I'm going to grab some of these mermaid cards here. Move. Yeah, they want to make a move. At this point, they're ready. I think that's the major difference between this group and group 1, is that this person's ready. And then with the upside down mask here, this is all about being honest. The message in a bottle too, I think that they're ready to say some things to you. And with the ghost here, I think of like things that are haunting them. And that really makes sense with that Knight of Swords too. So something is really bothering them. Just the way things went with you two, the communication, the way things ended, it is bothering them. And they're seeing things through a different perspective now. They're seeing things differently than they did before. And I think they're ready to be honest, but there is that sense of attachment. They're very attached to you. They can't seem to let you go. I think you're a big part of their fantasies. Let's just say that. Stillness. So interesting, we've got stillness and move. So two very conflicting cards here. So yeah, I think they want to make a move, and I think they're ready to, but at this point they're waiting for something. For some reason they feel like they have to wait. Take the helm. I think this person knows it's going to be them that needs to contact you. They need to take control over the situation. So I feel like they know that you're probably not going to be the one to reach out and contact them. They're going to need to put forth more of an effort. Let's make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, the Seven of Pentacles very much just makes me think they're looking back at everything. They're really thinking things through, the way things went wrong. Nine of Swords is making them like lose sleep. Like this is a big issue in their life. And Four of Cups. So they're feeling a little bit dissatisfied or bored in their current situation. So whether or not they're in a relationship or there's just distance, or maybe you're with somebody and they're feeling sort of like they can't make a move, or they're just satisfied in their current situation for some reason. Flirt. So they really want to get that flirtiness going again. That seems to be like they might want to message you or say something flirty to you. They're very focused on you. So when I see this charm, I think of focus, because this is what you use to thread a needle. So I think of like they're really sort of they've got their eye on you for sure. Give your relationship a chance. So yeah, they really want to give it another chance with you. Pleasure. So yeah, self-explanatory there. But that's part of what they miss about you. Okay, and not even just in like a sexual way, but they found a great deal of just joy and relaxation and pleasure just being around you. Visualization. So, you know, they visualize life with you. They visualize how things could have gone. I keep getting the message that they imagine and visualize the moment where you guys reunite. So that's sort of what they're thinking about. They imagine what that would be like. Where would it be? Like what music would be playing. I think that's something they really fantasize about. And clean it up. So they've done a lot of work. I think they're feeling very proud too of the work that they've put into themselves, and they're ready to be honest, because I've got this upside down mask. So they are ready to be honest. I think there is a lot of potential here for the two of you. You know, I think they're seeing things from a different perspective. There's that attachment here, a great deal of attachment, and I do think that they're trying to get your attention in a way, perhaps subtly, but they are, I think, trying to get your attention. And I think they realize that, again, that they need to take control over the situation. So they might be the one to reach out first, because they know that you're likely not going to reach out first to them. So they know they want to do that. They want to move. They want to take the control over the situation. But that stillness card is so funny that it came up with those, because for some reason right now they're pausing. Like they can't quite do it right yet, but they want to. I'll let you guys take another closer look here. When I see this little bell, I think of just trying to get your attention. Very cool. Okay, group 2, if that resonated, please leave me a comment below. I'd love to hear if it resonated or if that made sense for you. And again, more suggestions are always welcome. I love to hear your suggestions. And I hope things work out for you guys with this situation. And thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye. Okay, group 3, if you chose the little cat, this message is for you. Let's see what you have. So you've got the 3 of Swords, 2 of Swords, the Temperance card, and 4 of Swords. I think you have 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and you've got Influence, preserve, building blocks, fork in the road, let go of control issues, and deception. Okay, so group 3. Let's do your charms right away because I just want a little bit more information. Okay, so G, B, S, N, and an E. Okay, so 7 of Swords too. Okay, so group 3, do they still think of you? I think maybe occasionally, but the feeling I'm getting is this person is very much thinking about themselves and their own needs, okay? So this person might be a little bit of a selfish person for some of you, okay? Everyone's situation is going to be different, but I think this person is dealing with their own issues with themselves, and I don't think that they think about many people other than themselves. And a few things have told me that in this reading. I think this person, like with the blindfold here and the 2 of Swords, so 2 of Swords is about being conflicted and resolving differences, and it can also be like that sense of balance here too. With this Temperance card as well, there's a sense of finding balance with this person. You've got the let go of control issues. This person's got their own thing going on that they're trying to deal with their own personal issues. 3 of Swords tells me that there's been a painful break between you two, and this person or you is just trying to move on at this point, move forward. Okay, preserve. So I think preserve as them trying to take care of themselves, withdrawing a bit. So there's a very much in all of these cards and in some of these charms here, a sense of just them being very proud, them being very sort of looking out for themselves first. Okay. Influence. I feel like this person sort of is just going with the flow at this point. I think that they realize that things come and go, and like experiences come and go, and they're doing a lot of just self-focus right now, like a little bit of like that isolated feeling. They might feel a little bit uneasy at times. Fork in the road tells me that they are definitely at some point where they're making a directional change. They're making a decision. They're very confused, I think. They're quite confused. They might feel stuck because look, this little guy's sort of tied to this. So they're feeling like they need to go in another direction, but there is still a connection. So you might pop into their mind in a sense like that they think about you from time to time, but I feel like this person is a little bit selfish. Okay, we have the deception card too, and someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship, and combined with this 3 of Swords, I think this person might have gotten I think they're the ones that might have deceived you, and they might have broken your heart. So I think there's almost a sense that I just got that they want you to move on almost in a sense, because they know that they have these issues. I think with the building blocks card, one or both of you could be restarting and rebuilding. The Temperance card too, though, for me, is not only about balance, but about patience and finding acceptance and perhaps forgiveness. So I think they really want you to forgive them, but there is that sort of, they realize that they're conflicted. Perhaps they don't want to leave you confused anymore. I think they recognize, because we have the deception card, we also have the upside down mask. And the upside down mask I always use as a clue that this person's feeling like being honest finally. So I think this person got caught in some sort of situation that led to this 3 of Swords. I saw the heart. 3 of Swords situation, and they realize that they can't do that to you anymore. They might be trying to preserve a friendship too. So there's a lot at play here with this situation. Do they think of you? Yes, I think they do, but they're more so thinking about themselves. They're more so thinking about rebuilding. And the 4 of Swords is almost like a sense of discouragement with that card and pulling away. So it's a need for solitude and recovery, actually. So perhaps this was quite a messy situation between you two. So at this point, I think they think of you in the sense that they want you to forgive them. They recognize that they did wrong. I think they were in the wrong in the situation with the deception card. I mean, that could vary for a few of you. Maybe for some of you, it could be the opposite way, but they're trying to rebuild. They're trying to figure out what direction that they want to go in. Preserve. There's that sense of like uneasiness here and just trying to be very careful. And then influence. So, this is just about going with the flow and just sort of taking things as they come here. We'll get into your charms more in a second, but let's just pull a few more cards. This one's very interesting. Rescue. Wild. I think this person's not very good at settling down. I think that's the thing. And I almost feel like with the rescue card, they're almost trying to save you from themselves, if that makes sense. So I think they recognize this pattern of behavior that they have, the fact that they withdraw, the fact that they might be a little bit selfish, and the fact that they've, maybe done some things to hurt you. And they're trying to protect you from themselves is the kind of the feeling I'm getting here too. Opportunity, the ocean. So yeah, they're looking ahead to the future, I think, this person. It doesn't mean that they don't think about you from time to time and think, oh wow, I should contact them. But I think there's a sense of like them keeping themselves from you, okay? Because they've seen the truth. I think you've seen the truth of how they might be in a relationship. And this little sailboat makes me think that they're sort of setting sail on a new journey here. Making sure. I'm going to pull a few more charms for you guys, actually. Okay. So yeah, Ace of Swords. I think they're on a whole new path here. Star, believe. This person, okay, I'm getting the message here that they might be a little bit like self-centered here, but also sort of, what's the word? Like I already said they're proud, but I get the feeling like they're almost a bit showboaty, like they really show off a lot, and they want that attention, and I think that is what led to this whole situation. Their need to be the focus of attention, their need to be the star, like they need all the focus to be on them. And that includes other people. So perhaps if you were in a relationship with this person, maybe you caught them messaging someone else. Like I think this person just wants attention and they think about their own needs before others, is the feeling that I'm getting with this person. They may be a little bit of a game player, okay, with this little baseball mitt here. I'll just show you these and show you what I'm connecting here. So let's see here. Yeah, so I feel like with the star card and this sun and this little guy playing guitar and this little focus charm, like they need to be the focus. They need focus to be on them. They need attention. This person might be very insecure. I think this person has loyalty issues. I think in their mind they imagine being loyal to one person, but I think they have almost like an adrenaline addiction to like when they meet somebody new and getting that attention. Is the feeling I'm getting. They might be quite deceptive and very charismatic in the sense that like people believe them. People like with the believe charm and the mask and just the sense I'm getting with all these charms collectively is that they're very sort of tricky, I guess is the word. Like the games, like they play games. The top hat I think of being sort of like proud. Very cool. Yeah. Very cool, the connections here that you make with charms. And feel free to take a look, and if there's anything that catches your eye or jumps out at you, feel free. Okay. So let's just go over these really quick to make sure I'm not missing anything. So yeah, deception, I think they were caught being deceptive, I think is the situation. Let go of control issues. I think they're realizing that they can't control like every situation. people are going to catch on to that behavior. And again, this is only going to apply to a few of you, right? So influence. So they are, I think, sort of just going with the flow at this point. Preserve, trying to take care of themselves, withdrawing. And, you know, the preserve card with that Four of Swords, where did that go? Is really, it makes a lot of sense. So they're pulling away, if anything. Three of Swords, there's that sense of heartbreak there. Two of Swords, and like the blindfold really jumps out at me here, because it's just about, you know, resolving or conflict resolution, but they're not seeing something. They're blind to something. Yeah, they're trying to find more balance. I think they're realizing their ways overall, but they're pretty... I think it's going to be a struggle. With the let go of control issues, them trying to find balance is a bit of a struggle. And I do think, if anything, they do feel bad, I think, because with the rescue card, I think they really almost want to save or protect you from themselves, because they know that this is their pattern of behavior. They know that they can't decide what direction to go in, and they tend to be all over the place. I don't think that they're a commitment type person. I think that's part of the issue. But I think they would eventually like to be, and that's what part of the confliction is, I think. I think they want to be committed. They want to be loyal. I think that when they get that rush of talking to somebody new, they think, okay, this time I'm gonna not be deceptive. This time I'm gonna stay loyal. But then it just seems to be their pattern. So very interesting. But yeah, do they still think of you? I think yes, but I think this person thinks of themselves more than anyone else. Okay. So group 3, I hope that resonated for some of you. And if it did, please let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you later this week for another pick a card. Thanks so much. Bye.